Hi friends, welcome to my humble homestead. So today I am going to do a video and some things that I have been needing to do and wanting to do for a very long time. I am going to make my DIY deodorant. It's something that I've been making for a while. However, I make it really simply with baking soda. And one thing that I found with even the natural deodorants that I've purchased online or at stores, I have been getting these really bad, like red burning rashes, itching. And so I've been doing some research and found out that baking soda is very irritating to a lot of people's skin, including mine. So I've been looking for different recipes of some natural deodorants that I want to try. So I'm going to try a few different recipes that are simple, because you know me, I like to keep it simple, with some ingredients that I did purchase. I can link where I got them below. But also, if you're not reactive to baking soda, you know, you can use simple ingredients too. For instance, this is what I used to do. Look at, I like recycle little, but all this is literally baking soda and essential oils. So I put lavender and sage in here because sage has antimicrobial and things like that. It kills bacteria. And what I used to do, because I also use coconut oil, and coconut oil also kills bacteria. So I would literally just take coconut oil and rub it, and then I would put this in my hands and go like this, and it honestly fast works great. It smells amazing. But like I said, I was having severe rash. So if you want something super simple and you want to just try it out, or you want something fast and easy to go as you're trying to detox, because I'm going to go over that. Some people have tried natural deodorants and they're like, oh, they don't work. I smell funky. But I'm going to go over why that is, because you have to go through a little detox. You have to detox all those things that are in your body from all of the phthalates and the parabens and the aluminums and the things that build up over all the years that are in your body. And you have to detox all of those. They block all those sweat glands, and honestly, it makes a big difference. But here are some of the ones that I have tried and that I actually kind of like, that these you can get like just in a store. These ones I buy online. This one is always my favorite one, but it's super expensive. It's really expensive. These are the reasons why I started making my own. And why do I wear natural deodorants? About 60% of what you put on your skin will absorb. Things that we put on our skin can be absorbed right into the bloodstream. It doesn't even have to, you know, we don't digest it. It just goes right into the bloodstream without being filtered right through the liver. Deodorants can contain many of those harmful ingredients. Some people react from different fragrances, the phthalates, the parabens, aluminum. Some of those have been linked to breast cancer. Aluminum has been linked to some things with the brain, Alzheimer's, dementia. You know, so it's just things that we want to be aware of. If we can find other alternatives, it's always better to. We put it under our armpits, which is close to the hormone areas, and we have the lymph nodes are right there. So it's just in such a sensitive area. I've been really learning that if there's natural ways to do things, and not only that, it saves a ton of money. So if we can save money, if we can work on our health, then I am all about it. So I'm going to try a couple different recipes. I'll also go over some of the other ones that I used to use. You can always swap like the baking soda. Some people are even a little bit reactive to arrowroot. I'm going to try organic arrowroot because I hear that a lot of people that are sensitive to baking soda are able to use arrowroot. Some people use cornstarch. I find it's hard and a little more expensive to find cornstarch that's non-GMO and organic. So I find it's much easier to find organic arrowroot. That's easy to find. And there's other things I found like diatomaceous earth. That's a really good one. And bentonite clay, which is another one I use, and it's great for detoxifying. So there's other things that I'm going to kind of swip and swap in these recipes. Also, I am going to try to make one with tallow. I did get some tallow, and I hear that that is super good for the skin. So I do want to try making one with tallow. So I'm going to try a couple different ones, and I'm going to use them over the next few weeks and see which ones work great, which ones I will continue making and which ones I won't. And so I will keep you updated on that. Detoxing your pits. So I know this, you know, we're just going to get real here. We're going to get, you know, when you first start using natural deodorants and you thought they haven't worked because you smell funky, the reason is because you really do need a detox. I mean, anywhere from a week up to 30 days. There are gentle ways to detox. You just need to transition from using conventional deodorants into these natural ones. It just makes it a better transition and much more smooth. Your body just needs to clear out all of the ingredients that are likely clogging those pores in your armpits. And they need to pull all those chemicals out of the armpit tissue and allow the body to adjust more easily to the natural deodorant ingredients. I started detoxing my armpits by using bentonite clay paste. I use just a bentonite clay and water. Let me go get my bentonite clay. Okay, so this is my bentonite clay. This is a jar that I always keep of bentonite clay paste. This I use for bug bites, cuts, acne. I use it for so many things. Let me just show you. It's literally like a paste. You can use it for a facial mask. It's like the wonder thing of all time. But this is what I use to detox my pits. I always have a jar of this, and if you keep it tight, it lasts for, and all it is bentonite clay and water to get it to a paste. And I use, you know, non-chlorinated water, mix it up, keep it in a jar, and then I just, you know, and I leave that on there for about 15-20 minutes, wash it off, and then I do that once a day. Some people like to add a little apple cider vinegar to that and detox that way. Use the natural deodorants going forward. And you want to do that and pretty much until you notice the funky smell is gone. That's really how you know and then you can move forward with that. That is like a super important thing. So, you know, just something to know so you know you don't have to give up. But honestly, once you detoxify, you would be amazed because you really don't have a lot of the smells that all the buildup brings. So that is what I wanted to share with you. I am going to go ahead and make some new deodorant recipes minus the baking soda. So I'm kind of excited about it. I have a couple things. I do have the arrowroot. I do have some Damascus earth. I do have some tallow, some coconut. I just want to tell you how easy it is. If you want to try, you know, like I said, see if the baking soda, because that's something you all have. You can just use baking soda and the coconut oil. I mean, if you want to just give it a try while you're detoxifying, and some essential oils, that's a great one. Another one that I used to use is when I used to make it, you can literally just take some coconut oil, a little bit of baking soda, and, you know, and kind of mix it up and put some essential oils in there, and then just use that as a paste. You can use that as well. So, but let's get on going with the ones that I'm going to make today. They're going to have some other ingredients that help the skin. I've got some vitamin E oil, some shea butter, and some things like that. So let's make some deodorant. Okay, welcome back. So I am going to start by making a natural baking soda free deodorant that I am going to use some organic arrowroot powder. Now, I know my son said he thinks it's really gross that people use deodorant with their hands and do it under. I don't seem to mind, but I found these tubes on Amazon. I can link them below. So I'm going to try putting some in the tubes, and then some, these are the containers that I use, or I also just use a little jar. So we're going to see what works, how it works, and we'll move on with that. So the first one, I am going to put 2 tablespoons of shea butter. I can link where I got this. I got this on Amazon as well. So shea butter, you can use mango butter. Some people prefer mango butter over shea butter. I have shea butter because I use it when I make sunscreen. I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of shea butter. Then, in this one, I'm going to use a teaspoon of coconut oil. I'm just using regular spoons. I'm trying to decide if I want to double this. I don't know. Well, I don't know how these are all going to work. So we'll do a teaspoon of, one thing is nice when you do make deodorant, it is nice to double it. So actually, I think I am going to double this because I want to do one in one of these and then one just to have. I'll probably double all of my recipes here. You can use, and in this one they said you can use any kind of oil. So if you don't have coconut oil, you can use like olive oil or whatever kind of oil you need. And then with this, you're gonna wanna melt the oil. I'm putting it in a glass bowl and then I'm just gonna put this in a pan with water and melt it over like a double boiler. Okay, so while this is melting, we added 4 tablespoons of the arrowroot powder. And then the secret ingredients that's going to make this deodorant work, help us keep dry, is magnesium hydroxide, which is the ingredient in milk of magnesia with all the other gunk. And that, our skin just absorbs magnesium so well. We need magnesium in our bodies, and this is like the secret ingredient in this one. So then what we're going to do, we're going to take, oh, and I'm going to put some essential oils. So for this one, I'm going to put some tea tree in here because it does have some antibacterial fighting. So I put about 15 tea tree, and I'm going to put some lemongrass. I was going to do tea tree and orange, but I think I'm going to do tea tree and lemon. I always love everything fresh. This has a stopper in it. This is not a dropper. So I'm going to have to just do this. I'm going to put the dry ingredients in, and we are going to mix this up here until it gets nice and mixed. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, for the solid, I'm going to melt a little bit of beeswax in a little bit of a jar here because I want it to be a little more solid. So I'm just going to melt a tiny bit of beeswax for this one. But for the container one, I think I'm just going to pour it like that. So for this container, I'm literally just going to pour this into here, and I'm going to put it in the fridge and let it solidify like that. Set that on a towel because it's dripping. Like this. So I'm going to put it in the fridge and let it harden. It smells really good. I'm going to pour a little bit of this beeswax before it solidifies into here to kind of help make it harder. There we go. And I'm going to mix this in. It's already getting hard quick. Just mix this, mix this, mix this, mix this, because it'll kind of make it more of a solid. Then I'm going to try to pour this into this deodorant. Look at that. Okay, we are going to let this solidify and we will see how the deodorant stick works. Maybe my son would actually like that. And then we're gonna go on to our next recipe. Where's the top to this one? I will put this one in the fridge too to let it harden. Awesome! These little sample ones I'm gonna stick on something. Okay, I'm gonna throw this on in here, a little leftover, and then I'm gonna write on here, and then I'll use one on each pit when I get out of the shower, and we'll see if I notice a difference. Little experiment today, number 1 with the arrowroot and mag. So we're gonna try this as a little experiment later. Let's go on to our next recipe. Our next recipe, we are going to use a 1/4 cup of shea butter. And this is the one that's gonna have the diatomaceous earth in it. As you see, I'm not dirtying other bowls. Just gonna stick with it. And it says 2 tablespoons of oil. They use avocado oil, but you know what? I'm gonna stick with the coconut oil because it's always what I've used and it works great. So we're gonna use 2 teaspoons to melt the oils again over the double boiler. Some other things that I bought too was, so to this one I'm gonna add a little bit of vitamin E for my sensitive skin, and I also bought some jojoba oil. I'm gonna add a little bit of this into it as well because it's supposed to be super good for your skin and also help in the deodorant. I didn't add it to the other one. I was going to and I forgot, But I am going to add it to this one. So I'm going to melt this first. Actually think I am going to double this one too and do one in a container and then a couple in the... One thing I do like about adding the lemongrass is that when it's gardening season, you're outside, helps keep the mosquitoes away because they don't like the lemongrass either. All right, so I'm gonna go melt these oils and then I'll come back and we will do the dry ingredients. Getting some nice soft hands here. So for the dry ingredients, we're gonna do 4 tablespoons, which I'm gonna double it, of the diatomaceous earth, which this is where I got mine here. I will show you, I got it probably on Amazon, I'm sure. And this is going to be instead of the baking soda. The diatomaceous earth you can add to your pet's waters, your chicken's waters. It helps deworm them, keep the worms out of their systems. It's all natural. You can use it in your garden. My butter is melted here. Okay, and then to the dry, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of bentonite clay, which I'm going to double that. So I'm going to do 2. This is very detoxifying and good for your skin. For the thickener, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of arrowroot. It says or cornstarch. I'm using the arrowroot. I'm going to double that and do 4. And then I'm going to add some of the vitamin E oil. Just a couple drops here. It's so good for your skin. Jojoba oil. Half a dropper of that. Let's see if I have any orange left. More. I wanted to do orange and tea tree, but I love the smell of orange and tea tree together. Lavender and maybe a couple drops of geranium. We'll mix this up and we'll first see how it smells. And this is gonna be the second kind I do. Like I said, I will let you know which one I like better. This one I see the bentonite clay, a little clay-y looking in there. So we'll see, this one's gonna have an interesting color to it, as you can see that. Ooh, I do smell the orange. Oh yeah, that smells really lovely. You can play around with the scents that you like. Let's go ahead and pour some into our container here. And I will put that in the fridge to let solidify. Not sure if I'm gonna love the bentonite clay one. We are gonna see. But the final one after this I'm gonna do is the tallow. I'm kind of excited about the tallow one. That is going to be the final one I'm going to do today. I'm going to get a little jar for that one. We'll try one in here. We'll try one out. Try this one in the fridge, see how it looks. This is a messy job, I want to say. So far, the clay one, I already can see what I would do. It's gritty. It feels gritty. So I think I would use my bentonite paste in there instead. I don't like that feeling so much. So yeah, that might be my least favorite one already, but I will try them. Now I'm gonna do the tallow. And this one, I'm kind of excited because it has the tallow and the magnesium. And I'm gonna double this one as well. So it says 2 tablespoons of tallow, which I'm gonna do 4. Tallow is supposed to be so good for your skin. Any of you get your meat from farmers, you can go ahead and ask them for the tallow. Look at how smooth that is, you guys. Oh my goodness. 1, 3. Oh, this just is amazing to work with. Okay, well, making it so far, I like this one better. Awesome. And a tablespoon of beeswax. So we are gonna do the beeswax in here. So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of beeswax. 1, 2, that's a little bit more. And then I'm gonna go melt this. And then when I get back, we are going to add our arrowroot and magnesium. Oh, we need some coconut oil in here too, it looks like. We need 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Okay, so we're going to go melt this. And then when we come back, we're just going to add the magnesium, the arrowroot, and our essential oils. And that is going to be it for this one. So I'm super excited about this one to turn out. See you soon. Okay, so I do have my oils mixed here. I am going to add a little bit of the vitamin E oil in here, as well as a little of the jojoba oil in here as well, just since it's so good for the skin. These are optional, but I have them, so I'm going to add them. And then I think I'm going to go back to the tea tree and the lemongrass for this. There we go. be all ready for garden season since I'm making a lot. Then for the dry ingredients, we are going to add 1 teaspoon of magnesium, which is going to be 2 teaspoons of magnesium. We doubled it, 1, 2. And this is supposed to make this deodorant last all day long, this magnesium. And then the arrowroot, 2 tablespoons, which will be 4 tablespoons. I need to kind of hurry because it's already starting to get that beeswax in there. Starting to get a little solid here too. So let me mix this up. Nice and smooth. Smells amazing. Or it, oop, it's still a little pretty warm here. No, did I, look at, of course I had to spill off one time. Ugh, Trina. I was doing so good, everybody. I was doing so good. And then the tallow one, the one I knew I was gonna have the favorite of, I spill. Should have a, all right, for the second one, I'm going to get a funnel. No lollygagging around with this one. Gosh, I don't know why this one is so messy. It's just all over the place. These two will go in the fridge in a second. Just scrape off my counter. And then this one, I'm gonna put in a jar. There we go, in the fridge. Okay, everybody, those are my deodorants that I have made, the 3 kinds. I will let you know how they work. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I've got a mess to clean up, and have a great day. Be blessed.
6.5 hours later.
Hi friends, welcome back. We're just gonna do a quick wrap up to the deodorant video that I did. I have showered clearly, and actually this is, several days later. I've tried the different kinds of deodorant that I used. So the first one that I tried, let me open these up so I can know which one I'm talking about. So the first one I tried, and I remember I had the samples in the cups. So the first one I tried was the number 1, the first one that I made. And this was the one I tried, and it worked great. It does have a nice lemongrass smell with a tinge of tea tree in it. It worked all day for me. I didn't, normally with natural deodorant, sometimes I'll repeat them a few times a day. I think I did repeat this, in the evening one time. So that one worked good. Now, the one I did not think I was going to like, oh, and let's look at what the stick looks like. Here's the stick. Let's check this stick deodorant. Look at that. How beautiful is that? So, and it is a little bit soft. I think maybe I would put maybe a little bit more beeswax or a little bit more of the arrowroot in there, but it's pretty good. It's a pretty good solid there. So this one, I'll probably have to just use pretty gentle, but I think I might tweak the recipe a little bit to use it in the solids. So that's great. That's number 1. Then number 2, we have the one that I said, oh, I don't think I'm going to like it because it's gritty. And it has the brain fart, bentonite clay in it. But I'm wrong. It actually is not gritty once it was solidified. And I like it. It has a really nice scent. This one has the geranium in it. I really wish I had more orange. So I'm gonna order some more orange. Let's check out the stick for it. Now here I had some of the beeswax pellets that kind of weren't completely solid. Now this one's nice and solid. This one's much more solid than the other one. And I just love how soft these are on my skin with the oils in there, because I do have nice sensitive skin. So far, 2 for 2. Now, I must say, I do have a favorite. And I thought I would. Now I haven't tried it in the stick, but I really do. This one, it did solidify really nice, and it is much more solid. I think instead of using this in the jar, and it smells so good, I do like the one that I made with tallow the best. I mean, I have to say I like all of them, but the one with tallow is so nice. And let's look at this. I bet it's gonna be the best one in here. My hands are so greasy now I can't even. The one that I made the biggest mess with. Look at that. Yeah, this is the most solid one. I think the tallow is the winner, and that is the one I'm going to continue to make the most. So I love it. I do have tallow, so that's what I'm going to use. But like I said, if you're converting over to natural deodorant, you can try many of the different recipes and see what works. You know, just it's so much better for you. It's good for your skin, and just to keep all the bad things out of your body. That's what we're trying to do, and save money as well. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Be blessed. Have a great day. Bye.